Christmas came early for me this year because iFixit sold me a dev kit. Yes, this 3DS isn't exactly a dev kit. It's what's inside that is a dev kit. Now, I've had this 3DS for a while and I've been wanting to replace the motherboard in it because there was an issue that I couldn't solve. So I decided to wait until I found one available. Now, iFixit does sell used new 3DS XL motherboards. My assumption is they get them somewhere from China and then they end up just reselling them. And then if they're bad, they'll just RMA or whatever. It was like around 70 bucks after shipping. So let's get this powered on and I'll show you what they sent me. So the interesting thing about this 3DS, the first thing I noticed is that the 3D slider does not adjust. And with that being said, I have actually tested other boards in this frame to just verify that they work. Same thing with the sound. The sound obviously works, but the slider is not adjusting the volume. The other thing I noticed is these inner shoulder buttons do not do anything. So normal 3DS, right? So the initial thing I noticed was there was a config icon and a dev menu icon, and I had absolutely no idea what these things did. Now, I've been involved in the 3DS modding scene for a long time, but there was a couple of years where I kind of just like stepped away from it. So my first thought was this 3DS was modded. I mean, why does it have a dev and a config menu icon? So I thought, okay, maybe the 3DS is modded. What firmware is it on? So I open up the system settings and we're on version 0. So then I'm thinking, what kind of 3DS is this? I don't understand. So I check on the homebrew Discord for 3DS, Wii U, all that good stuff. And I talk to the guys on there and they say, it looks like I have a dev kit. Well, after doing some research, I realized if you push Y and X, you can see some interesting information up here. Now, my first thought is that this is the revision number. Obviously, the system mode is in this specific system mode. What's interesting is you can go to, if you go to the config menu, you can actually adjust the amount of RAM that you want the system to have. Now, I do believe that this was the manufacture date or possibly when this was first made. This is my assumption. You guys can correct me in the comments. But if this is correct, that means it was manufactured March 26th of 2014, which is very interesting because this system didn't get released until like around Christmas of 2014. I don't know if this is like a unique dev kit or if this is a dev kit that was specific for using it for new 3DS games. I'm not 100% sure. I've seen a lot of videos of other creators showcasing dev kits, and it didn't occur to me initially that this was a dev kit until I asked in the Homer Discord. Now, one of the big problems with this is, if we open up the config menu,